Deverakonda. Well, your ancestors settled for a small kingdom, but if you give them little power, they would like to occupy the next kingdom. In the history books, we will write, I come from the Vijayanagar empire. In the history books, if you read what glorious victories our Krishna Devaraya had, we are all very proud of it. But victories are never glorious, that's what the history books say. Victory is shameful, brings a whole lot of death, injury, widows, orphans. This is how victory is achieved always in a war, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because those who won write the history, they will describe it as glorious.
Yeah.
But those who lost,
Misery.
usually those who lost more people, more wealth, more misery, everything.
Yeah.
So, when we are looking at it this way, that our happiness is in having more, then conflict between individuals, conflict between communities, conflict between nations is inevitable. So this is why spiritual processes become important. This is why do you think I'm coming and meeting all of you film stars and business leaders, all kinds of influencers, is because we want to make spiritual process the mainstream. Spiritual process does not mean looking up, looking down. Your experience of life should transcend the limitations of physical. Something beyond physical, if it's your living experience, you will see and you will do your physical to the extent it's necessary, not to a point of conflict.
So you're saying because of limited resources and greed…
No, because of limited experience. See, right now your entire experience is rooted in body and mind.
Yeah.
Physicality, isn't it?
Yeah.
But physicality wants to expand limitlessly. If you want to expand limitlessly, see, just ask anybody. Right now they have a little property, they want to make little bigger property.
But this is more for security than just constant expansion for most of us. Like I can make a bunch of money with what I'm doing, but I know that I just want like maybe 2 houses and 1 car.
Why does one man need 2 houses?
For my parents.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You can have 10 also, that's not my concern.
Yeah, so
All I'm saying
not
is…
constantly expanding.
No, you will expand. See, your expansion may not be in property. See, if you know money, you'll think only unlimited money. If you know property, you'll think unlimited property. If you know knowledge, unlimited knowledge. If you know fame, you will look at unlimited fame. So, whatever your currency may be, but you can't stop human beings from expanding. So, how much expansion does one want? If I make you, instead of Deverakonda, I'll make you the king of this planet, will you be fulfilled?
No.
Because you will look at the other planets, you look at the other galaxies.
As in first I'll say I don't want to be king of the planet, I don't…
No, I'm not planning to make you. Suppose we make you the king of the planet, immediately you will look up, what about the moon? What about the sun? What about the galaxy? This is the nature of human being, because human being wants to expand, nothing wrong with it. It is just that wrong means is being employed, in the sense, you want to expand limitlessly, but you're choosing the dimension of boundaries to expand limitlessly.
Okay, so you're saying…
What you're seeking is boundlessness, but you're seeking it through boundaries of physicality. So unless your experience of life goes beyond your physical self, this is how it'll always be. Conflict is inevitable.
But then this is something most of us will never end up doing.
That is why we are saying, why this effort right now to touch the youth, to touch the world, is to bring what is called as… in Tamil Nadu we said, Orusattu Anmikam, 1 drop spirituality. Spirituality does not mean you have to take sannyas and walk on the street or do something else, sit in a temple, this is not what it is. Within you, your experience is little more than body and mind. Something beyond that has become a living experience for you. If this one thing happens, you will naturally function consciously. This compulsive need to expand will go away, because once you touch a non-physical dimension, then you're boundless. Once there is an experience of boundlessness, you understand physicality has to be managed. In this world, we have to make space for the tree, the ant, the bird, the elephant and the other people also. Not as a philosophy, but as a living experience.
This is all coming from some sort of greed and expansion.
I wouldn't use the word greed. This is longing to expand limitlessly, which is essentially a spiritual desire finding physical expression. Wrong means, it's like you're driving your car but you want to go to the moon. If you try very hard, you will be in Hussain Sagar.
Maybe we are doing it unconsciously.
Totally unconsciously.
This need to expand is very unconscious.
See, the need to expand is wonderful, otherwise human beings wouldn't progress. But it's being conducted unconsciously and we have misunderstood this longing to expand limitlessly as a physical need. Because right now our experience is limited to physical self.
So, this is one question in the segment that comes from a boy called Bapu Chaitanya. So Bapu wanted me to ask you, is being patriotic or is patriotism good?
See, a nation is an artificial situation we have created in the world. What is the ideal? Well, it would be fantastic if it was a global village or nation, as we call it. But will the globe happen without management?
So for management we need…
No, we anyway have to have a leader.
Yeah.
Now, should we have an Indian leader, African leader, American leader? Question will come. Then fight will start. That's how nations have happened. Who should manage which part of the world? Because we could never agree that who should manage the whole world. So we made it into small parts, well over 200 parts. Well, we could strive to make 4 or 5 nations in the world instead of 200 nations at some point. Now European Union is there, similarly we can make an American Union, an Asian Union and make just 3 or 4 nations. It looks like a good possibility, but there is also a prospect that if they get heavily armed, if 2 continents go to war with each other, there'll be no small wars, there'll always be only world wars. So in some ways, the way it's broken, it's okay because it's broken on cultural lines, linguistic lines, so many things, religion, this, that, in so many ways it's broken, it's best to preserve that. Now, is patriotism a good thing? Patriotism means an emotion towards your nationality or your nation. See, do you believe that you can build a family without investing your emotion?
As in, build a family, maybe not. Have a family, yes. But build a family, no.
Well, I was not talking about an arrangement. I'm saying, can you really get the best out of the people around you, whom you call as family, if you do not invest your emotion in that?
We can't.
No. So when you can't build a nation of 4 people, family is a nation of 4 people. If you can't build a nation of 4 people, how are you supposed to build a nation of 125 crore people without investing emotion in it? Is this emotion ultimate? No. But it is an immediate need.